Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. Second team option that the Celtics had to decide on today. Neemias Queta, who they signed to that standard contract 2 years late in the season, right before the playoffs, after he spent most of the year on a two-way deal. Played pretty much all the games he was allowed on that two-way deal, and they had to make him playoff eligible, given some big man depth and just a desire to keep him around. Concerns there. So they settle that. He has a team option for this year, $2.2 million, and the Celtics declined it today. I'm a little surprised by this. It wasn't a big number. You're gonna have a veteran minimum number in that slot anyway, so maybe a long-term deal is pretty much done with him, and they want to keep him around beyond next year even, and not even let him get to unrestricted free agency. So I guess that's a reason here. Could force him to sign long-term on that veteran minimum by sending him to restricted free agency, which is what this deal does here. If he goes out and signs another deal elsewhere, Celtics will have matching rights. But again, can't imagine they'll go much higher than the veteran minimum on him. So is a deal done? Was he unwilling to sign long-term and extension talks? I don't even think those had opened yet, so I don't even think that's what it is here. Again, I'm a little surprised by this one. I think you just bring him back and have him play out that last year of his deal there. This, of course, risks that he could get away, which I know every dollar matters right now. And maybe they want to keep some flexibility open in terms of who they bring in, roster spaces. That's a possible reason you do this as well, have that open. So again, Adam Himmelsbach reporting that the Celtics and Queta will work on a long-term deal to keep him here. But for now, he's going to hit restricted free agency. A couple weeks he played last year, he looked really good. The G League minutes he played later in the season after they added Xavier Tillman, excellent. And of course, Tillman, Cornette, Brissett, all free agents. Now Queta as well, with Porzingis about to miss 5-6 months. So plenty of maneuvering going on in the front court into the Celtics free agency period, which begins tomorrow afternoon. We will see what they do here with Queta, as well as all those other front court options. And we will have live coverage of that here on CLNS Media, Celtics All Access. So make sure to subscribe for that. Plenty of veteran options out in the market, too, who could potentially be available for the minimum. So maybe another reason you go and do this here. But Queta looks like he's part of this team's future. How much potential does he have? We'll have to wait and see. I know there's the potential he could play in Summer League as well here. Does this impact that at all? Again, we shall see. I still think he'll be on the team next year. The structure of that minimum deal will probably be non-guaranteed and allow the Celtics some extra flexibility than versus maybe what this deal would have allowed for, at least this year. And beyond that, team options, non-guaranteed years, much like they did with Sam Hauser there when he came out of that similar deal going into his first full season with the Celtics. And they got him on a great deal that allowed them a lot of flexibility that we talked about in our last video. Celtics picked up his team option. You can go hear more about that over on Celtics All Access, CLNS Media, all the interviews and continued coverage leading up into free agency. And we are brought to you by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com. Use the code CLNS for up to 100% deposit match, up to $100. Yeah, pick two players, pick more or less than their stat projections, and you're off. It's that easy. Just use the code CLNS. We are brought to you by Game Time. Use the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Use them to get my Hiatus Coyote tickets last night. I love that show. Really fun and a great deal over at Game Time, just about $47. Terms apply. Again, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. And Nutrafol. Right now, Nutrafol offering $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. That's a big one, too. When you go to Nutrafol.com and use the code GARDEN and go get their great dermatologist recommended plan for supporting your hair growth. And if you're someone like me who isn't dealing with hair loss right now, you still want to get ahead on it. You don't want to have to deal with that and not realize that it was happening or be too late to stop it from happening. Again, that's what Nutrafol is going to do for you here. So use that code GARDEN and get $10 off your first month subscription, along with free shipping. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Get results you can run your fingers through. And again, for a limited time, they're offering you first month subscription, $10 off, and free shipping. Again, use that code GARDEN, NUTRAFOL.com, code GARDEN. I am Bobby Manning. There's been a news edition of the Garden Report. Once again, Celtics decline the $2.2 million Neemias Queta team option. He will become a restricted free agent starting tomorrow. Celtics probably going to offer J.D. Davison, Drew Peterson restricted free agents to maintain their rights as well. Qualifying offers rather than make them restricted free agents. So expect them to join this class of player with Queta here as well. Queta, of course, also eligible, I believe, to sign a two-way deal here. Yeah, I think he's still within that range. So that's a possibility here as well with him. I'm Bobby Manning. This has been a news edition of the Garden Report. We will talk to you tomorrow. Hey, Bobby Manning here. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed this video, so subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our social media platforms at Celtics CLNS.